everybody, and welcome to another episode of Unlocked. I am your show host for today. My name's Tracy Wilson, and it is always my pleasure to be online with you guys. It's like the highlight of my week. I do have some pretty fun stuff that goes on in my life, mind you, but, I do really enjoy jumping on here and spending some time with you guys. So welcome. If you are here for the first time, the first thing you need to do is click the link above that says Let StreamYard See You. The reason I need you to do that is so that I can see who's actually on and you can interact with me and I can answer some questions for you if you have any throughout today's show. You might also be watching this on either Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or somewhere other than the Success Secrets for Business, Family and Life group, which we have with a whole lot of my fellow colleagues who also do amazing shows inside of that group. So if you are not there, I would highly recommend you get yourself on over to Facebook and find the group Success Secrets for Business, Family and Life and come on in and join us, because not only do I share awesome stuff on this show, but they also share some awesome stuff on their shows too to help you thrive with your business, your family and your life. That's what this is all about. Now today, I want to share with you some of the things that I think are the biggest opportunities right now. So I want to share with you the business opportunity that exists that is like low cost and that is a massive opportunity for you to take advantage of right now. So that's what I'm going to be uncovering. That's the conversation that we are going to be having on the show today. So hang about, because if you are looking for something like that, you are absolutely in the right place, because that's what we're going to cover off today. So let's get stuck in. Why did this come about? Well, Funny enough, like every time I go live on these shows, I have a list of things that I'm going to talk about. I've got a whole list of topics, and in another show, I'll actually share with you guys how I actually do that, how I come up with my topic ideas, and how I find the inspiration to talk about different things. Well, this morning, this particular topic has come to you, thankfully, from my husband, John. So he said to me, you need to talk about this today. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I could talk about that. And I said to him, look, why do you think I should talk about that today? He said, well, the thing is, and just to give you a bit of backstory, John works for a government organisation here in Australia. And he said, well, the funny thing is, when you're working for somebody else, you often think that you're in a really safe job, that you're going to get paid, paid a regular wage every week to go and do what you do. And you think that you're really safe. And I suppose through this whole COVID situation, hey, Gerald, I'm seeing a lot of you guys starting to join. So thanks for joining me here. So if you're listening on the podcast, guys, I also have this as a live show. So I'm talking to some of the guys that are actually joining me live right now. So anyway, John was saying this morning, you should talk about this, because he's been in a government career for, 20 odd years. He's always worked in some form of government organisation. And one would think that when you're in a government type job, that it's pretty safe, right? You would think it's probably one of the highest, particularly here in Australia, and I can also speak for New Zealand. If you're in government, you're pretty unlikely that you're going to lose your job. Something drastic has to happen. They redeploy you, they put you in different roles, et cetera, et cetera. And you often think that, you're going to be there for a long time and that you're going to be paid this regular wage. Well, because of this whole COVID situation, that's brought up a whole different, situation. And I suppose there's a lot of people out there now that are in what I would say JOBs. And we know what JOB stands for, just over broke. You're in a job like that and you're looking for something else because you've had experiences or things that have happened probably in the last little while that have made you think, is the job that I'm actually in, is it really safe? Is it going to continue to be stable for me? Do I need to continue to be here? Am I enjoying this? Am I enjoying the changes that are being made without me necessarily having any input to these changes? So I know that there's a lot of that going on when you're working for somebody else. So I thought today, John thought today's topic would be super appropriate because there are a lot of other people, I suppose his little mind is ticking, a lot of other people out there thinking the same way. And he said, Trace, you need to talk about some of the things that you've done that have helped you really transition out of a corporate job and doing your own thing, and the things that have made a difference to us and how that has really, I suppose, changed the way that we live our life. So that's what I wanted to do today. And I want to share with you the things that I see are the biggest low-cost opportunities. And the things that I'm talking about are all the things that I've done. So I'm not speaking from a point of view of where I've just gone and research some stuff. I've actually researched and I've actually done it myself. This that I'm going to speak to you about today is exactly what I did to transition myself out of a very well-paid corporate job and into my own business and doing my own thing. So all of these things that I did, like I really look back and I think about, well, how the heck did I do that? Well, one, I kind of had my eyes opened a little when somebody came into my corporate space and was doing some coaching and consulting, and I looked at what she was doing and went, well, I probably could do that. Maybe I should give that a go. And I then looked at the skills that I had. Now, one of the things that a lot of people, as we go through today's show, you might be sitting back thinking, gosh, I'm in a job now. I really would love to start my own business, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. I don't even know if I've got the skills or the knowledge to be able to do it. So in today's session, I'm going to show you how you absolutely do have and what you need to do with those. So for somebody who's just hashtagged replay, you're actually watching me live right now. So welcome to the live show. So what did I do? Well, I took my skills, my knowledge, and my experience, and I used that to create a business. I really went and I looked at, some of the gaps that there were in the market, and I saw a need where nobody else was filling it. Why I wanted to kind of do this myself was because I wanted to be stress-free. I was sick and tired of being in a corporate job where I was just highly stressed all the time, to the point of tears some days, and I just didn't want to be in that world anymore. And I wanted to be happy. I knew that I wanted to help other people. And I also knew that I wanted to spend more time with my family. Now, for those of you who have listened to some of my backstory, you'll know that my husband and I were very young parents. And I thought at that time, for me to be successful or to show that I was successful, I had to just work my little backside off and, work my way up in that corporate world. And I did so at a very young age, but that came at a cost. That meant that I had to drop my kids off at school, at preschool, really, really early in the morning. And I was usually the last mum there to pick them up because I thought that by staying late at work and being the last one to wrap everything up was the right thing to do. So I missed out on so much of their childhood because I was, chasing the corporate ladder, and I didn't want to do that anymore. So I had to make some sacrifice and a decision to step out of that and, do my own thing so that I could spend more time with my kids, and it paid off big time. I also wanted to work for myself, and I wanted to be authentic. And I'd kind of tried a few different things in the past, and I sort of stepped out and worked for a couple of other people until I found the courage and the confidence to be able to go it alone. And that now I'm at a point where I can work 100% on my terms, with whomever and wherever I want. And I'm very lucky that I get to work with the team here at Metadime Digital to bring to you the shows that we do. So, it's been a real journey, and I'm wanting to share this with you because I think it's very relevant for a lot of people, in the sense that, you might be sitting in a corporate job or working for somebody else and thinking, man, I want to start my own thing, but I just don't know how, and I don't know if I've got the confidence to do so. So the first question that you guys are probably going to ask is so if I want to start my own thing, and I don't really have any skills or the knowledge, I don't know how I would apply those to a business. And I want you to think about, I'm going to share some statistics and some other data with you in a moment, but I want you to really think about, what's gone on in this world of late, and how there are a lot of business people out there that really do need, they need a lot of help. They need the skills that you've got to be able to help them get to the next level. And if you can imagine being able to actually go out in your local community and being able to help these people and what a difference you're going to be able to make, I can tell you it is a really, really, rewarding place to be when you can do that. So what is the big opportunity that I see? Well, the big opportunity that I see, and I think it's existed for quite some time, and it is not going anywhere. And this opportunity is actually getting bigger and bigger. The two spaces that I think have got huge opportunity, and it all starts with this. I'm going to call it the KSBB, and it's the knowledge and skills-based businesses. right? So there's two kind of ways that you can look at this. One is that you create some sort of consulting business and or a coaching business. Both of those two things, anybody really can do if you've got some skills and some knowledge and you know how to adapt those to apply to a particular market. You then are able to use that skill and that knowledge that you have to be able to go out, create your own business and your own brand, and then be able to help a lot of other people with their own businesses. So the statistics are here. So I'm going to share these stats with you. And these are Australian stats, but they are very relative to the entire world. And where I sort of started with everything was I was looking at, if I'm going to use my skills and knowledge, which was in the banking industry and finance industry, how can I apply those and where are small businesses failing? So I knew that I was going to go out and I was going to help small businesses at that time. So, you might be thinking about, hey, I want to go out and I want to help small businesses, or maybe it's entrepreneurs or authors, whatever, authors or coaches or whatever it is that you've got a skill in, and the type of people that you want to help. There is an opportunity sitting there for you, waiting for you in the knowledge and skills based business opportunity. So here are the 5 reasons that most businesses fail. And this is really interesting statistics, quite sad actually. But of all businesses that were started 4 years ago, the vast majority of those businesses are no longer around today. So 51% of those businesses are no longer in operation today. So even that statistic on its own tells us something. It tells us that there are business owners out there who are trying to do stuff. They are trying to make their way in the world by creating a business for themselves and their family, but they are struggling. Now, these 5 places that I'm going to share with you now are the 5 places that they are struggling in. These are the most common. So if you kind of look at what are the most common things that people are failing in, and then look at your skill set and then determine with your skill set and the places that people are failing, where can you align the two of those things together to create a business opportunity for yourself? So the 5 places are that 61% of businesses fail because of poor management. So if you have the skills in management, then you are highly desirable for somebody else in business. You are someone that could really help them, because I've just told you 61% of businesses actually fail because of poor management. 35% of businesses fail because of their lack of financial knowledge. They don't know how to actually run a business and able to, manage the financial side of things. So if you've got payroll or, some sort of accounting or administration type skill set, then again, you're going to be highly desirable in the consulting and potentially even the coaching market. The other is that a lot of 37% of businesses actually fail because of their lack of capital or their cash flow. So again, if you're someone that can help them improve their cash flow, or you can help them get funding from somewhere, then again, you are going to be somebody that's highly desirable. The 4th thing is that most people will fail also because of their lack of marketing skill. So if you're somebody who's really good at marketing, then, or, even just promoting stuff, social media, doing things like, this, getting their message out there, being able to dial in what their unique message and their unique selling point is, again, you're going to be highly desirable. And what I don't want you to think is that you need to be able to cover all of these things, because you don't. You can if you want to, and certainly I did when I first started out. I built my business Beyond 5, around those 5 things, because I knew they were the hot points for the vast majority of business owners. The 5th thing is 49% of businesses actually fail because of their poorly designed business model or their lack of business plan. So again, that is another massive opportunity for you. So if you are somebody who's got a skill set in being able to come up with strategy and then, or even write business plans, then that is a massive opportunity for you. So today, like I said, the opportunity that I'm seeing is like the opportunity for you to create something around a knowledge and skills-based business. Consulting and coaching are primary opportunities for you. And then the things that I've just shared with you are some of the problems that small businesses face in the market, small businesses or any business for that matter. So those are just 5. There are loads and loads of reasons why businesses fail, but go and have a look at those. Then have a look at the skill set that you've got and see if you can apply those, the skills that you have, to one of those particular areas. And then if you need more help, we'll find somebody that can actually help you to really dial in your messaging and dial in, what your offers are, what offer you're going to put together and how you're going to take that to the market. That would be my recommendation there. Now, here's something to consider, and this really brings it home. So if you think about the average local business owner, most of them are stuck in their business, right? They're stuck in there. They're working, 9 to 7, Monday to Friday, sometimes throughout the weekend, because they're trying to make a living. They're in hustle mode. And so therefore they don't have time and they don't have the inclination to want to do anything else. And in most cases, they don't even have a clue where to start. So again, that's a primary reason why this opportunity is huge for you. When you think about business, Business Basics 101, and this is really, really simple equation. It is basically you finding a problem in your local area, and then you offer a solution to that. Well, that problem plus the solution that you have equals dollars. So there's where your potential dollars lie, right? Now, why I say this opportunity is absolutely huge. So a while back, and it's really what I found is interesting. I went back to a training that I did. This is probably 3 or 4 years old, and I was looking through some of the material that I had, and I've actually got it right here. But I was looking at the statistics that I had in that, and then just comparing those stats to what we're seeing today. And back 3 or 4 years ago, I had written in this presentation that the consulting industry alone is enormous. So according to a Forbes report back then, they estimated that the consulting industry was worth over $1 billion per year. Massive. And it was predicted to grow to 183 billion per year in 2018. Now I can see that as I've been talking about this, Donald Gifford has already been super busy, and he has he's gone and done some research of his own, and he said right now in the US, 44 million citizens and 200 million citizens worldwide are newly jobless. So, there you go. So if you've found yourself in that situation, you want to grab the skills, grab the knowledge that you've got, go and have a look at the market and find out where the gaps are, and pivot yourself to create and start your own thing. And like I said, if you need help, you get yourself into the Success Secrets for Family, Business and Life, and you just start listening to what the guys are talking about in our group, because they will give you tools, resources and suggestions about how you can actually use those skills and create something for yourself. And I can tell you from my own experience that it absolutely changed our entire life. When both my husband and I were working full-time jobs for someone else, we hardly had any time. Like we would literally have to plan to go back to living in New Zealand, go back to our hometown, which was like an hour up the road. We would plan 3 weeks in advance to make sure we had time to get there. That sounds really crazy now. Whereas now, our travel's not just an hour up the road. We used to, and hopefully we'll get to do this again outside of COVID. But, now we get to travel the world, which we weren't able to do before. It was never even in my wildest dreams that we would have the opportunity to do that, and multiple times a year. So that opportunity is huge. The thing that I suppose we want to balance this with, and I said right at the beginning that I wanted to give you something that was like low cost to start up. I believe that both of those things, coaching and consulting and knowledge-based businesses, are the fastest and the cheapest or most economical business to start, because you don't need a lot in comparison to go and have a look at what it would cost you to start up a franchise. And when I mean a franchise, like you might want to go and be a cleaning lady or a cleaning man. And, you can buy a franchise for $30, $40, $50, sometimes $80,000, and that's your startup costs. Whereas with something like what I've just talked to you about today, coaching, consulting, using the skills and knowledge that you already have. Your costs are minimal. Laptop, phone, some business cards that you don't really even need to have, Facebook page, and if you need to jump on to share your message, jump on and share them on a Facebook Live, just like we are now. So really cost effective. And the other great thing about it is you can continually pivot. So again, this is something that I've done. Like I said, when I started out, I certainly wasn't doing what I'm doing right now. I was coaching people and I was writing business plans for people. And I got to a point where I was writing lots of them because accountants and solicitors and bankers would come to me because their clients would go to them wanting to start a new business and they didn't have a plan. So I created a little business around doing that. So there are, like I said, there's opportunities everywhere. We just need to make sure that we have our eyes wide open and we're looking for those opportunities. And I'm going to give you an opportunity, possibly an opportunity, if you look at it the right way, very shortly, because I'm going to share with you some weird thing that I'm doing, that I'm sleeping with right now, that is also making a big difference to my life. So just hold that thought. Don't take your thoughts to the gutter. Just hold that thought, because I will share what that actually is, and it's not what you would think I'm going to be sharing with you at all. So there you go. So the contrast is you could go with something like a franchise and pay thousands and thousands of dollars for their systems, their processes, or you could flip that around and actually do it for yourself. Create your own coaching, your own consulting business, start your own systems and processes, like I've spoken about in other shows, and you just never know. You then can also create your own franchise or even license what you're doing so that other people actually pay you to use your skills and your resources, which I've also done. So all of these things that I'm talking about are not things that are just, myths. These are things that I've actually done myself and that have worked. I won't share with you stuff on here that I usually haven't done myself or that hasn't worked for me. So those are, like I said, huge opportunities. And you can start that from home, and work from home, with your phone and just your laptop. The thing that you then want to do is, once you've kind of grabbed your skills and your resources or your skills and your knowledge, and you've pulled them together and you know what you're going to, what you're going to offer, you then want to create a really solid offer. So you need to understand, how do I pull those skills and resources together to actually create and craft something that is going to be desirable in the marketplace? Then you need to work out how to put that in front of the right audience, and you give it to them at the right time. And that's the recipe that I used to really help me create my own business, my own consulting business, and multiple businesses that over time I've got multiple streams of income. And I know if you're listening to this Vicky Helms shows, she talks a lot about, creating various different streams of income and not just relying on one. Super, super important. So this doesn't need to be really difficult. I want you guys, those of you that are kind of sitting back wondering, I still don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I've got the skills and resources or I've got the skills and knowledge to be able to do it. I want you to think about, if you're in a job right now, the fact that somebody actually hired you. So if you think you don't have skills and resources, I would get you to think again, because the simple fact that somebody hired you at some point indicates that you have some really valuable skills and knowledge that were desirable to their business. And if they are desirable to their business, then they are going to be desirable to others. Now is the time for you to make your move and for you to start your own consulting or coaching business. And I had Chris Bonetti on the show with me last week. If somebody out of the mining industry can get out of mining and start his own digital marketing business, well, heck, you can too. So there are examples of this all over the place, and it is absolutely possible. But you do need to use the right skills, but then take the right action at the right time to make all of this come together. And like I said, if you don't know how to do it, then I would highly recommend that you reach out to somebody, and I'll put my hand up and say, hey, I that's what I do. If you need a hand with that, I can help you get your skills and your knowledge and help you formulate what this new business opportunity might be. So all you need to do is just message me, get yourself inside of the Success Secrets group, and then message me once you're in there, and I'm happy to jump on a call with you free of charge for our Success Secret members only, and I'll jump on a call and just help you navigate your way through that. So reach out to me if need be. So anyway, I can see these guys have got some the private jokes going on in the corner in the chat box over here. So I'm going to share with you something that my mother shared with me. This is totally random, totally nothing to do with consulting or business. However, it could be because I was lying in bed last night thinking about this. So my mum was over here a couple of weeks ago, and she comes over regularly. Actually, she was here yesterday, but this story starts a couple of weeks ago. And she said to me, she's had really bad arthritis and aches and pains. And so have a few of my aunties. And mum said to me, I've started this new thing. I've been sleeping with a block of soap. So I was like, what? You've been sleeping with a block of soap? She's like, yeah, I saw this thing that said, it helps you to with your ailments, and that you should sleep with soap. It's an old wives' tale. And as normal, I sort of rolled my eyes and thought, oh, yeah, okay, Mum, I wonder if this works. And then I heard my auntie talk about it. She said, well, I've been doing it too. And oh, my God, what a massive difference. So Mum said, you should try it too. Just put it in your bed. It doesn't matter what kind of soap it is. They do say that lavender is kind of the best soap that you should sleep with. But, I did the and I have to eat humble pie because honestly, it does work. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to determine, is it actually, is it placebo or is it legit? And you really will have to try. You'll have to go and get yourself a block of soap and actually put it in your bed. Apparently, you're supposed to put it between your bed sheets and sleep with it, and just see if you've got any ailments anywhere, sore shoulders, sore legs, etc. Just put it in those particular places, sleep with it for a couple of nights, and boy, let me know whether or not that actually makes a difference to you. I said that it doesn't relate to business, but it actually does. It actually does, for two reasons. One, for me, when I have slept with it for the last couple of nights, funny, right? And I've woken up in the morning, I'm like, that's really strange. I had like the best sleep ever. And, slept the entire night, didn't wake up once, and felt fantastic. So not tired throughout the day. So I was like, maybe there's something in this. And then I went and did it again the next night. Still good. So I'm, right now, I'm a believer. I'm going to sleep with that block of soap for a little bit longer, and see if it, I continue to have a good night's sleep. Someone here saying I sleep with a lavender diffuser. It could well be. I know there's some research on the smell of it, but I actually think it's the smell, and it's also the what do they call it? Like, it gives off like magnesium or, I want to say ions, but it's not that. It's like it gives off a certain thing that actually impacts your body. So someone's saying, I would tell my mum, yeah, Reza, give that little wives' tale to your mum. I don't always believe them all, but I am the first person to give it a go. And look at that. Someone else has said, maybe it helps you to clean your thoughts. You just never know. It might do too. But I can honestly say that it has made a big difference, and I would encourage you guys to do it. I'm really interested to know whether it does work, and will it work on a mass scale, something completely random. How would I relate that to business? Well, like I said, I was laying in bed and I'm thinking, if this is true and this actually does work, why has somebody not come out with like a pad that you would put in your bed that has the same thing, soap in it, but you put it under your, under the bed sheets, and you actually lie on it. So it's your entire body. I know that there are already the acupuncture pads that you can sleep on, but I have not seen anything that has soap in it. Don't know if there's anything in it. Somebody out there might be into that sort of stuff, that might just pick that little idea up and run with it. But it must be an old wives' tale that is now resurfacing. So again, there would be another opportunity sitting in there right there. So all I'm going to recommend to you is that all the time we have to have our minds and our eyes and ears open, and our brains thinking about what opportunities are out there. So if you are stuck and you are thinking, I don't know what to do or what I can do, what kind of business there is, they are everywhere. You just have to be prepared to be open to receiving the messages when you get them, and then just go for it. Create something. And like I said, the thing that Don is researching it right now. So the thing that I've said is that I believe that coaching and consulting and some form of knowledge-based business is the way to go now, and it is not going away. That opportunity is continuing to grow. If you're already in that space, good on you, because you are in the right place. It is a multi-billion-dollar business that is not going to stop. The thing that people are looking for now is we need to make the transition from information now to transformation. That's where it's at. So pivot your consulting and your coaching and make sure that whatever you do, it is transformational. Hey guys, thanks very much for watching me today. I know we kind of took a little bit of a random, went down the soap opera path right there, but I thought it was cool to share, and something a little bit different that's out of the ordinary and provided you with an opportunity too. So thanks very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys back on Thursday. I am going to have the amazing Donald Gifford on the show with me on Thursday, and right now he's probably sitting in his chair thinking, oh my God, I didn't think she was serious about that, but I'm dead serious. I'm getting him on the show, and we're going to talk some stuff. So hang about, get on the show on your Friday. It'll be my Friday, sorry. It'll be Thursday in America, and Donnie and I are going to have some interesting conversation to share with you guys on Thursday, and you'll just have to get on the show to find out what that is. So thanks for joining me. Back again soon. Have an awesome day, and live your life unlocked like I know you can. See you guys.